Hi students, this is Mr. Werman. I just want to make a quick video on proportions for you. So if you have questions on that, maybe this will help a little bit. If you still have questions when it's over, you can always email me and I can get back to you that way. Okay. So first of all, I'm talking about what is proportional versus non-proportional. By now, hopefully you're familiar with that at this point. But if something is proportional, that means we have something that has a constant rate or a constant ratio, there, or unit rate. So proportional having this constant rate. So most things that you think of when you go to the grocery store, for example, would be proportional, right? If you go and get you go to the deli, buy, they'll say 8 ounces of ham will be $3.99. So you have this rate of every 8 ounces that you buy will cost you $3.99. So if you buy, a full pound or 16 ounces of that, it'll be $3.99 times 2, which would be $7.98. So $7.98 a pound. So that's this constant rate, depending on how much you purchase, will determine how much you'll have to pay. Okay, so most things at the grocery store, for example, would be this kind of proportional rate. Okay, versus something that is non-proportional, so it doesn't have this kind of basic ratio of price to quantity or ratio of two parts. Okay, so for example, if you were to let's say join a music club where they say $3 a month for this music club, and then each download of music is just 25 cents. Okay, so we know if you downloaded one song that month, it would be $3 for the joining fee plus your 25 cents. So it would be $3.25 really for one song. If you did, let's say, 10 songs, you'd spend $2.50 on that, on those songs, plus that $3 on your membership fee. And so it's not a proportional rate, right? And the first one, really, one song cost you $3.25. The second one, it was 5 songs for $5.25. So it's not proportional. Okay, if that makes sense. Hopefully. All right, and I'll go through some more concrete examples here in a second. Okay, so that's this idea of proportional versus non-proportional. We can see that through different ways. We'll go through a couple different methods here, through charts, through graphs, through equations even. Okay, great. So let's see here. If, sorry guys, give me a second. Okay. Great. So I have a couple examples here. Hopefully it's not the best method here, but this should work anyway. If we have apples on sale, 2 pounds for $3. So we have apples on sale, 2 pounds for $3. So we'll say 2 pounds for $3. Right? So first of all, is this proportional or not? Right, 2 pounds for $3. Yeah, it'd be proportional, right? If you buy more than 2 pounds, say if you bought 4 pounds, you can probably guess you're going to be paying $6, right? So it's proportional. The price you pay is proportional to the pounds that you buy. So yes, this is a proportional relationship. Okay. So there's a bunch of methods to solve this question. If you are trying to, if you have $30, you want to spend it on apples, how many pounds could you buy? So if we need to solve that question, there's many different ways to answer this question. So we'll go through a few different methods. So one way is through a double-sided number line. So these are out. All you really need to do is draw your line, and we'll make one part pounds and one part price. Okay. So let's say we said it was $3. Say our $3 for 2 pounds. So $3 for 2 pounds. $3, 2 pounds. Okay. So if you know what's that, I already said one example that if you buy 4 pounds of it, right? That's like multiplying. Remember, it's all going to be about multiplying here, not adding. So it's like multiplying our pounds by 2. So if we double our pounds, we're going to have to double our price. So instead of paying 3 for 4 pounds, we'd pay 6, right? Okay. Well, if we want to spend a full $30, we'll just put that here. Question is, what does that cost? Right? By our number line, we'd see if we did 3 times 2 gave us 6. 3 times what would give us 30? Yeah, you know that. It's 10. Multiply by 10 to get 30. So if we multiply that by 10, we should also multiply this 2 by 10. 2 times 10 would give us 20 pounds. So we see it's 20 pounds for $30. We've answered the question with this method. Okay. Let's look at another way to answer this question. Using unit rates. This is probably what you kind of started using here as well. So we look at unit rate. So what is our unit rate here if we have 3 pounds for $2? How do we figure out unit rate? So unit rate, we're looking at how many units, one of the thing. In this case, we're looking at per 1 pound. So what's the price per 1 pound? That's our unit, right? So if we have $3 for 2 pounds, right? We need to find out what the unit rate is. The question is, what is it for 1 pound? Well, we can just divide this out. So 2 goes into 3 how many times, right? Of course, once, with 1 remainder. So since we're dealing with dollars, we won't use fractions, we'll use decimals for cents. So we put a 0, bring it down, we get 10, so we get 1.5. And of course, since we're dealing in dollars, let's make that 1.5 0. Okay, put that 0, right? So we see 1 pound is going to be $1.50. $1.50 per single pound. We're trying to get it for $30. We can do it a couple different ways. We can either say, keeping our kind of equivalent ratios here, we're trying to figure out what it is for 30. You could either go, what times that would give us 30, which is kind of hard to know off the top of your head. So maybe you want to actually go in reverse and divide that. 150 going into 30, and you'd see it go in there. Of course, 20 times, because if we divide, we're really moving that there. Okay, that makes sense. So 150 going into 302. And 0, so we can get 20 that way. Okay. Otherwise, one second. Okay, so we know we have 20 pounds in for $30, as we said. Divide that out, got 20. So if we put that multiplier in there, we'd see 1 times 20 is 20. Okay, so there we have it. Great. So that's another way there. So we see how many pounds for 30? It'd be 20 pounds. Okay. One more thing with this method, of course, is going to be the easiest or the best one when we have we are given, they're asking just how many pounds is it going to cost for this, how many pounds, okay? Once you know the unit rate, just multiply the pounds by it and you're there. All right, great. So an additional method here is using graphing. So how we do graphing is we just basically graph a few points on the line, and we can sometimes estimate, sometimes get the exact number of what our ratio might be. So they say we should know if it is proportional. In this case, since we have 2 pounds for 30, we can guess 0 pounds is going to be 0, right? So on our little graph down here, plot a little point there, which is 0 pounds for $0. And then if we go up to $2, we know that's going to be if we go up to 2 pounds, we know that's going to be $3. So let's say that's right there. Okay. So we know 4 pounds will be $6. We have 2, 4, 6 pounds, $9. Okay. So we get the idea of this, and we can keep graphing this, knowing this constant of proportionality, and we'd eventually get to $30 being this 20 pounds. So it looks like 30 is right here about. So that should be about 20. Okay. And I can't see the numbers on there, but hopefully you get that idea. All right. And so all this going up is going up by, again, as we said, 2 pounds. So 2 to the right, and up, as we said, $3. £2, $3, £2, $3, £2, $3. Okay, and that's what we call our slope of this rate. Okay. All right, so if that's really our slope, this every £2 is $3. We can find that. Lastly, is through an equation and using the constant of proportionality, which is really, as we did before here, our unit rate. We said the unit rate again was $1.50 per pound, right? So we can use that to write an equation here. So our equation is really this y is going to equal kx. Okay, and this k is our constant of proportionality. So in this constant of proportionality, we said it is $1.50 a pound. So we have kind of this equation where we can figure out how many, what is our price going to be depending on how many pounds we have. So for example, if we have 1 pound in this equation, 150 times 1, we know if it's 1 pound, 150 times 1 pound, we know is going to be 150. So for 1 pound, the cost is going to be $1.50. Okay. If it were 2 pounds, 2 in there times the 150, we know it's going to be $3, right? So another way of doing this, okay? And still solving this, if we go back again to our original problem, we're saying we need $30. Got $30, and it's 150 per pound. How many pounds is it? That's our X there. Okay. Just like before, if we divide by 150, we're going to get our X all alone. And we get our 20 pounds are equal to X. Okay. So in other words, we have at $1.50 a pound, for $30, we can buy 20 pounds. Okay. All right, so a couple different methods to solve this problem. Each method is going to be helpful in different situations, so it's good to become familiar with those. So I ran through them really quick there, but you know, if some of them, especially some of these later ones, don't make a lot of sense just yet, with practice they will. Okay. All right, let me know if you have questions, and I guess that's it. Thanks. Have a good day.